area of polar curve. If there is a curve r equal f of theta from theta equal alpha until theta equal beta, then the area under the curve r equal f of theta is area equal integration from theta equal alpha until theta equal beta half r square d theta. This is the law of area for polar curves. Area equal integration from alpha to beta half r square d theta. Example 1. Determine the area of the inner loop of r equal 2 plus 4 cosine theta, theta greater than or equal 0, less than or equal to pi. I want to find the area of inner loop of this graph. Graph equal r equal 2 plus 4 cosine theta. I want to find this area inside this loop. I want to find this loop start from this angle and end at this angle. This loop start from this angle and end from this angle. I want to find this angle and this angle by this curve equal to 0. This curve equal to 0 because at this angle r equal 0 and this angle r equal 0. Therefore, I make r equal 0. r equal 0. r equal 0 equal 2 plus 4 cosine theta implies that cosine theta equal minus half. Cosine theta negative in the second quadrant and third quadrant. Cosine theta always negative in the second quadrant and third quadrant. In the second quadrant, theta equal pi over 3, pi minus pi over 3. pi minus pi over 3 راح يكون the result 2 pi over 3. In the third quadrant, theta pi over 3 plus pi راح يكون the result 4 pi over 3. إذا theta the start theta 2 pi over 3 and the end 2 pi over 3. إذا this theta equal 2 pi over 3, the end theta equal 4 pi over 3, because always in the first quadrant theta equal theta, in the second pi minus theta, in the third quadrant pi plus theta, in the fourth quadrant 2 pi minus theta, always. Area equal half integration from 2 pi over 3 until 4 pi over 3 r square. r square 2 plus 4 cosine theta all to power 2 d theta. Then this area half integration 2 pi over 3 until 4 pi over 3 r square, 2 plus 4 cosine theta to power 2 d theta. Or by symmetric about x-axis. This graph symmetric about x-axis. Therefore, I want to find half of this area and multiply by 2. Half of this loop and multiply by 2. Because it is easy. Substitute theta equal 2 pi over 3 and theta equal pi. Then I want to find half of this loop. This loop beginning from theta equal 2 pi over 3 until theta equal pi. The loop start theta equal 2 pi over 3, the end loop theta equal pi. Then start of this and until حتى this theta equal pi because r is negative. This graph. This point theta, if theta equal pi, r is minus 2 because minus the point here in the opposite, in the opposite of theta here, because r is negative, the point, this point 2 minus 2 وثيتا equal pi. This point r minus 2 وثيتا equal pi. By symmetric about x-axis, the area equal 2 multiply by half integration 2 pi over 3 until pi. 2 plus 4 cosine theta to power 2 d theta. 2 multiply by half 1 integration 2 pi over 3 until pi. 2 plus 4 cosine theta to power 2 d theta. Open this. 4 plus 16 cosine theta plus 16 cosine theta square. This is integration easy, but this I can't because the derivative not found, not exist. I want to convert this by this law. Cosine square theta equal 1 plus cosine 2 theta over 2. Convert this to 1 plus cosine 2 theta over 2. Integration from 2 pi over 3 until pi. 4 plus 16 cosine theta plus 16 multiply by 1 plus cosine 2 theta over 2 d theta. 16 divided to 8. 8 plus 4, 12. 16 cosine theta plus 8 cosine 2 theta because 16 divided to 8 cosine 2 theta. I want to integrate this. Integration of 12 d theta, 12 theta. Integration of 16 cosine theta, 16 sine theta. Integration of 8 cosine 2 theta, the derivative of theta is 2. This 8, 4 multiplied by 2. 4 multiplied by 2, the derivative of 2 exists 2. Therefore, the result is 4 sine 2 theta. Integration of cosine sine 2 theta. 4 because this 8, 2 multiplied by 4, 2 is the derivative, the result only 4. Integration from 2 pi over 3 over pi, substitute by pi، راح يكون عندي sin، راح يكون عندي 12 باي. sin باي 0، sin 2 باي 0، راح يكون عندي 12 باي plus 0 plus 0 minus. substitute theta equal 2 باي over 3، راح يكون عندي 12 multiply by 2 باي over 3، راح يكون عندي 8 باي. sin 2 باي over 3 square root of 3 over 2 multiply by 16، راح يكون عندي 8 square root of 3. sin 2 theta 2 multiply by 2 pi over 3 راح يكون عندي minus square root of 3 over 2 multiply by 4 راح يكون عندي minus 2 square root of 3. 12 pi minus 8 pi راح يكون عندي 4 pi 4 8 square root of 3 minus 2 square root of 3 راح يكون عندي minus 6 square root of 3. This is the area of this loop. If cosine square theta, the rule is 1 plus cosine 2 theta over 2. But if sine square theta, the question has sine square theta. Sine square theta equal 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 2. And so on. Sine square 3 theta, 1 minus cosine 6 theta over 2. Sine square 2 theta equal 1 minus cosine 4 theta over 2. Sine square half theta equal 1 minus cosine theta over 2. Sine square 8 theta equal 1 minus cosine 16 theta over 2. And so on. This is rule and rule and rule. I want to learn this. I want to learn this. Example 2. Determine the area of r equal theta, theta from 0 until 2 pi. First, I want to sketch this graph. I want to learn to sketch this graph. If theta equals 0, r equals 0. If theta equal pi over 2, r equal pi over 2. 90. 90. If theta equal pi, r equal pi, 180. If theta equal 3 pi over 2, r equal 3 pi over 2, 270. If theta equal 2 pi, r equal 2 pi. Then I want to connect between this point and this and this and this and this. The graph is this. R equal theta. I want to find this area. From theta equals 0, I want to find this area until this area. Theta equals 0 until theta equal 2 pi. Area equal half integration from 0 until 2 pi because this r square r equal theta يعني theta square d theta. Integration of theta square theta cube over 3 multiply by 2 6 راح يكون 1 over 6 theta cube from 0 until 2 pi. The result is 8 over 6 pi cube. This is area of this graph. This is the area of this graph. Example 3. Determine the area of the graph r equal 1 plus cosine theta. Theta greater than or equal 0, less than or equal pi. I know that r equal 1 plus cosine theta is hard. The graph is hard because A equal B, A equal 1, B equal 1, A equal B 1, 1. The graph is hard. Through origin, without inner loop. I want to find the area from 0 حتى pi. I want to find the area from 0 theta 0 until theta pi. I want to find half this heart. Half this heart يعني this. The upper half. The upper half and this the lower half. I want to find the upper half. This from theta 0 حتى theta pi. This area. Area equal half integration from 0 until pi. 1 plus cosine theta to power 2 d theta. Open this. I want to open this. Integration من 0 until pi 1 plus 2 cosine theta square d theta. Integration of this easy and this easy, but cosine square I can't because the derivative not exist. Therefore, I want to convert this by law. Convert this by law. Half integration from 0 to pi 1 plus 2 cosine theta. This change to 1 plus cosine 2 theta over 2 ودي theta equal half integration من 0 pi 1 plus 1 over 2 half plus 1 3 over 2 plus 2 cosine theta plus half cosine 2 theta half cosine 2 theta over 2. Integrate of this. Integration of 3 over 2 d theta 3 over 2 theta. Integration of cosine sine. Integration of cosine 2 theta integrate sine 2 theta over 2 multiply by 2 راح يكون عندنا 4. substitute theta equal pi theta equal 0 راح يكون عندي 3 over 2 multiply by half sine pi 0 sine 2 pi 0 sine 0 و sine 0 0 راح يكون عندي 3 pi. إذن the result of this area is 3 pi over 4 units. 3 pi over 4 units. Area between two curves. If there is a curve Ri equal f of theta and another curve R naught equal g of theta, the two curves between theta equal alpha until theta equal beta, the two curves intersection between two angles. The first angle theta equal alpha. The second angle theta equal beta. And this graph greater than this graph. This graph greater than this graph. The area between two graphs is integration from alpha to beta half multiplied by r square naught minus r square I d theta. إذن الاريا half integration from alpha to beta r square naught minus r square I. Always the greater minus the smaller. The greater minus the smaller. كبير ناقص الصغير. Always. Determine the area bounded by r equal cosine theta and r equal sine theta. I know this r equal cosine theta and r equal sine theta. Circle. This is equation of circle. The graph of circle. We know the graph of r equal cosine theta. This circle. R equal sine theta. This circle. I want to find the intersection between two graphs. Intersection between two graphs. Therefore, this graph equal to this. Cosine theta equals sine theta. If cosine theta equals sine theta, theta equal pi over 4. Theta equal pi over 4. Because if theta equal pi over 4, always sine theta equal cosine theta. Add theta equal pi over 4. Then the intersection of the two graphs is theta equal pi over 4. I can't use this law because this law must have two intersection, two angles, this and this. I can't use this law because the intersection must be two angles. In this equation, the intersection, one angle, pi over 4. I can't use the previous law. Therefore, area equal half integration from 0 until pi over 4. Theta equal الarea equal theta equal 0 until theta equal pi over 4. This area. For this graph, sine theta square. إذن الarea equal theta equal 0 until theta equal pi over 4 to this graph, sine theta square. Add to this area. This area start from theta pi over 4 until theta pi over 2 to this graph. Again, I can't use this law because the intersection must be two angles. Therefore, I want to find the area. This area and this area, then add it. Add this to this. I want to find this area and this area, then I add this to this. The first area, I want to find this area. This area started from theta equals 0 until theta equal pi over 4 to this graph, sine theta. And this area started from theta equal pi over 4 until theta equal pi over 2 to this graph, cosine theta. Therefore, الarea equal half integration from 0 until pi over 4 sine square theta d theta plus half integration pi over 4 until pi over 2 cosine theta square d theta. Then this area add to this area, or because this circle have the same radius, this circle, green circle, red circle, this red circle has radius half. The blue circle have the same radius half. This equal to this. Therefore, I want to find this area and multiply by 2. I want to find this area and multiply by 2. Because this area equal to this area. I want to find 1 and multiply by 2. الarea equal to integration 2 multiply by half integration from 0 until pi over 4 sine square theta d theta. Then I want to find this area and multiply by 2 because this area and this area equals are equals this area and this area equals. Therefore, I want to find 1 area and multiply by 2. Okay. 2 multiply by half 1 integration 0 from 0 until pi over 4 sine square theta. I can't integrate this. I remove this and put 1 minus cosine 2 theta because sine square theta equal 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 2. Then remove this and change to sine square theta equal 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 2. Integrate from 0 until pi over 4 half minus cosine 2 theta over 2. Integration of half d theta, half theta. Integration of cosine 2 theta over 2 sine 2 theta over 4 from 0 حتى باي over 4 راح يكون عندي substitute باي over 4 راح يكون عندي باي over 8 minus half. This is the area. This and this. Example 2. Determine the area outside the cardioid r equal 2 plus 2 sine theta and inside r equal 6 sine theta. Solution. I want to intersection this and this to find intersection angles. This and this. This equal to this. 6 sine theta equal 2 plus 2 sine theta implies that sine theta equal half. Sine theta positive in the first quadrant and in the second quadrant. Sine theta positive in the first quadrant and the second quadrant. In the first quadrant theta equal pi over 6. In the second quadrant pi minus pi over 6 راح يكون عندي 5 pi over 6. Again, in the first quadrant theta equal pi over 6. In the second quadrant theta equal pi minus pi over 6 راح يكون عندي 5 pi over 6. Area equal half integration from pi over 6 from this until 5 pi over 6 6 sine theta square minus 2 sine theta to power 2. The largest minus the smaller. The larger minus the smaller. Always. This greater than this. Or by symmetric about in this area outside the heart. Outside the heart. Outside the heart and inside the circle and inside the circle, outside the heart and inside the circle. The circle 6 sine theta, the heart 2 plus 2 sine theta. Or by symmetric about y-axis. This graph, these two graphs symmetric about y-axis. Therefore, I want to find this theta and this theta. Half area, half, and multiply by 2. From this theta and this theta. And multiply by 2. The result is this area. The result is this area. The area equal to multiply by half integration from pi over 6 to pi over 2 6 sine theta to power 2 minus 2 plus 2 sine theta to power 2 d theta. Open this and this. 36 sine square theta minus 4 plus 8 sine theta plus 4 sine square theta d theta. There theta d theta. Integration from pi over 6 to pi over 2 36 minus 4 راح يكون عندي 32 sine square theta minus 8 sine theta minus 4. The integration of this easy and this easy, but this I remove this. Remove by this law. Sine square theta equal 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 2. 32 multiply by 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 2 minus 8 sine theta minus 4. 32 divided to 16. 16 minus 4, 12. 32 divided to راح يكون عندي 16 cosine 2 theta minus 8 sine theta. Integration of this 12 d theta, 12 theta. Integration of cosine 2 theta, because the 16 8 multiply by 2 راح يكون عندي minus 8 sine 2 theta. Integration of cosine sine 2 theta. integration of sine cosine minus multiply by minus راح يكون عندي plus 8 cosine theta from pi over 6 until pi over 2. 12 multiply by pi over 2, 6 pi sine pi equals 0 وcosine pi over 2 0 راح يكون عندي 6 pi minus 12 multiply by pi over 6 راح يكون عندي 2 pi 2 multiply by pi over 6 راح يكون عندي pi over 3 sin pi over 3 راح يكون عندي minus 8 multiply by square root of 3 over 2 راح يكون عندي minus 8 square root of 3 over 2 cosine pi over 6 راح يكون عندي 8 multiply by square root of 3 over 2. The result is 4 pi because this minus 8 square root of 2 plus 8 square root of 3 over 2 راح يكون عندي 6 pi minus 2 pi 4 pi. This area is 2 pi 4 pi. This area is 4 pi. I want to learn the length for the polar curve. The law of the length of polar curve. The length of polar curve, if r equal f of theta, the length of this graph is integration from theta to beta square root of r square plus dr of d theta to power 2 d theta. This is the law of length for polar curve. I want to learn this law. dr over d theta, derivative of this, derivative of this, derivative of r with respect to theta. Example 1. Determine the length of r equal to sine theta. This curve, circle. This curve, I know this curve, circle. This circle from theta equals 0 until theta equal pi. I want to find the length, this length, from theta equals 0 until theta equal pi. This circle started from theta equals 0 until theta equal pi. Finish. Integration theta to beta square root of r square plus dr over d theta square d theta. R square for sine square theta. This derivative of r dr over d theta 2 cosine theta 2 cosine theta square 4 cosine theta square 4 outside 2 because the square root of 4 2. Integration from 0 pi to pi square root of sine square theta plus cosine square theta equal 1. I know this 1. Square root of 1 1. Integration of d theta is theta. Theta from pi to 0 راح يكون عندي 2 pi. Even this length of this circle equal to pi. 2 pi. Determine the length of the curve r equal e to the theta over square root of 2 from theta 0 to theta equal pi. I want to find this length. Length equal integration from 0 to pi square root of r this r square this dr of d theta integration of e to the theta the same e to the theta over square root of derivative of r equal e to the theta over square root of 2 the same r equal dr over d theta the same because derivative of e to the theta equal e to the theta square d theta. This square e to the 2 theta over 2 plus e to the 2 theta over 2 d theta. Half plus half 1. هيكون integration from 0 to pi square root of e to the 2 theta d theta. راح يكون عندي e to the theta integration of e to the theta from 0 until pi راح يكون e to the pi minus e to the 0 راح يكون e to the pi minus 1. This is the length of this graph. Example 3, determine the length of r equal minus 1 plus cosine theta. Minus 1 plus cosine theta. Theta greater than or equal 0, less than or equal to pi. dr over d theta equal minus sine theta because derivative of minus 1 0 derivative of cosine theta minus sine theta. Integration from 0 to pi square root of r square plus dr over d theta square. Open this and the square of this. I know that cosine square theta plus sine square theta equal 1. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 minus 2 cosine theta d theta. Open outside 2 square root of 2 outside راح يكون عندي square root of 2 integration من 0 to 2 pi square root of 1 minus cosine theta d theta. I can't integrate this because the derivative not exist. Therefore, I convert this. To convert this, I need to multiply by 2 and divided by 2. Multiply by 2 and divided by 2. I don't need this out. This out راح يكون عندي 2 because square root of 2 multiply by square root of 2 2. Integration from 0 to 2 pi square root of this 1 minus cosine theta over 2 equals sine half theta square because this sine half theta square equal 1 minus cosine theta over 2 because this because sine square 1 equal 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 2. If there's half راح يكون عندي 1 minus cosine theta over 2. If there there is half هيكون عندي 1 minus cosine theta over 2. if there is 3 راح يكون عندي 6. if there is half راح يكون عندي 1. like square to power half راح يكون عندي sine half theta. integration of sine cosine. because the derivative not found, I divided to half. Cosine half theta, integration of sine minus cosine. Divided to half because the derivative not found. Multiply by 2. Substitute theta equal 0, theta equal 2 pi راح يكون عندي if theta equal 2 pi راح cosine pi minus 1. if theta equal 0 cosine pi cosine 0 1 راح يكون عندي minus 1 minus 1 minus 2 multiply by minus 4 راح يكون عندي 8. the length is 8. always area and length must be positive. always the length and the area must be positive. always. if the result negative, you are wrong. you are wrong. إذا كان الجواب الاريا واللينث سالب معناها في عندك خطأ. mistake. there is a mistake. there is a mistake. example 4. determine the length r equal theta square from theta greater than 0 less than or equal square root of 5. length equal integration from 0 to square root of 5 r square theta square plus derivative of theta square 2 theta square. integration from 0 to square root of 5 theta to power 4 plus 4 theta square d theta. factor theta square out. factor مشترك theta square out. the result theta square plus 4. theta square to power half راح يكون عندي theta square root of theta square plus 4. because the derivative of theta square theta I need to because the derivative exists. derivative of theta square 2 theta. theta exists but 2 not exist. therefore I divided from half. divided multiply by half because I need the derivative too. integration of this theta square plus 4 to power half راح يكون عندي theta square plus 4 power half plus 1 راح يكون عندي 3 over 2 because half plus 1 3 over 2 divided by 3 over 2 راح يكون multiply by 2 over 3 because this divided of 3 over 2 راح يكون multiply by 2/3. Again, to integrate this, I need the derivative. The derivative of this 2 theta. Theta exists, plus 2 not exist. Therefore, I'll multiply by أو divided by 2. Divided by 2 or multiply by half. Integration of theta square plus 4 to power half. Theta square plus 4 to power 3/2. 3/2. Multiply by 2/3 from 0 until square root of 5. The result 2. The result third 1/3. If theta equal square root of 5, square 5 plus 4, 9. 9 to power 3/2. If theta equals 0, sorry. If theta equals 0, 0 plus 4, 4 to power 3/2. The result 1/3. 9 square 3 to power 3, 27, minus 4 square to power 3, 4 square root 2 to power 3, 8. 27 minus 8, 19. 19/3. This is the length of this graph. Parametric equation. If x and y are given as a function of x equal f of t, y equal g of t over the interval I of t values, then the set of points x, y equal x equal f of t, y equal g of t defined by this equation is a parametric curve. This point xy called parametric curve, and the equations x equal f of t, y equal g of t called parametric equations. Even this point xy equal parametric curve. With these equations called parametric equations. Parametric equations. X equal f of t, y equal g of t called parametric equation, وxy equal parametric curve, وt is parameter. Example, sketch the curve defined by parametric equation. Parametric equation x equal t square, y equal t plus 1. T, parameter t from minus infinity to infinity. I want to sketch this graph. X equal t square, y equal t plus 1. I know x is function of t, y is function of t. T parameter from minus infinity to infinity. Because minus infinity to infinity, we take t minus 0 and plus, minus and 0 plus. I take minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Then substitute t there and there to find x and y. If t equal minus 3, x equal 9. If t equal minus 3, y equal minus 2. If t equal minus 2, x equal 4, y equal minus 1, and so on. If t equal 1, x equal 1, y equal 2. I want to sketch this point. If x equal 9, this x-axis, x equal 9 there, not C, not C. If x equal 9, and y minus 2 there, because not C. If x equal 4, this y minus 1. If x equal 1, this x equal 1, y equal 0. If x equal 1 and y equal 2, this. If x equal 4 and y equal 3. If x equal 9, not seen, and y equal 4, this. Connect between this point by this curve. This is parabola. Parabola. This is parabola. Length for parametric equation. You know the length for parametric polar curve? This. Length of parametric curve, this law. Length equal integration from theta to beta square root of r square plus dr over d theta square d theta. Length in parametric curve equal integration from a to b dx over dt square plus dy over dt square dt. Different. Dx over dt square plus dy over dt square. Example. Using the definition, find the length of the circle. Radius r. Define parametrical by x equal r cosine theta, y equal r sine theta, r equal cosine t, y equal r sine t, t from 0 until 2 pi أو 2 pi. إذن x equal parametric equation x equal r cosine t, y equal r sine t, و t from 0 to 2 pi. I want to find the length of this circle. Length of this circle. Circumference of this circle. محيط الدائرة. Circumference of this circle. Or any circle. L equal integration from a to b dx over dt square plus dy over dt square dt. I want to find dx over dt. x equal r cosine t. dx over dt minus r sine t. y r sine t. dy over dt r cosine t. Square. I know sine square plus cosine square 1 راح يكون عندي r square. r square from square root راح يكون عندي r. integration of dt t rt from 0 to 2 pi راح يكون عندي 2 pi r. إذن the length of any circle is 2 pi r. the length of any circle is 2 pi r, or circumference of the circle محيط الدائرة always 2 pi r, because defined on parametric equation x equal r cosine t, y equal r sine t. Even the length of the circle is 2 pi r. Example, find the length of x equal cosine cube t, y equal sine cube t, t from 0 to pi over 2. Solution. I want to derive this x from with respect to t. dx over t dt equal 3 cosine square t multiply by derivative of cosine minus sine. 3 cosine square t derivative of cosine minus sine all to power 2. راح يكون عندي 9 cosine to power 4 t multiply by sine square t dy over dt. 3 multiply by sine square t multiply by derivative of sine cosine all to power 2. راح يكون عندي 9 sine to power 4 t multiply by cosine to power 2 t. I know that sine square plus cosine square 1 راح يكون عندي this. From the square root راح يكون عندي 3 sine t cosine t. I want to derivative من 0 to pi over 2 3 sine t cosine t dt. Because the derivative of sine cosine exists, derivative of sine cosine exists, therefore I integrate this. sine to power 1 راح يكون عندي sine to power 2 over 2. Because derivative of sine exists cosine, therefore integration of sine to power 1 راح يكون عندي sine to power 2 over 2 multiply by 3. if theta equal pi over 2 راح يكون عندي sine pi over 2 1 راح يكون عندي 3 over 2. This is length of parametric equation 3 over 2. This is the end of your chapter 1. This is end of chapter 1. I want to make a quiz use model.